Jumping out the whip, shit cold. Watching my step-gram froze. Most my day spent alone. Same with my bro, he knows. Gotta pay dues. Walking in mud, you can check my...
Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Chanina. Hey girl, hey, how are y'all doing today? So y'all, the breakfast that I had a few hours ago was the bomb. Okay, had some bacon, some eggs with cheese in it, some pancakes with some leftover strawberries that was in the fridge. Y'all, we have some fruit that's been in there for a while, and I don't know what is going on. Normally fruit moves pretty fast, but for the last few weeks or so, fruit has not been moving fast at all in the house. And I keep buying it because I want to keep fruit in the house, but this last go round of fruit that I purchased is still kind of sitting in there, so I decided to go ahead and use the last little bit of strawberries that's been in there. Them same little 5 strawberries been in there for about a week, and they were starting to shrink. So I said, let me throw these on top of my pancakes. Girl, it was good. Anyways, I normally don't eat breakfast. Breakfast is not really a thing. Like, I'm not really a breakfast time person. I think I've said this before on this channel. But there are mornings where I do wake up hungry and I'm like, you know what, let me just go ahead and fix me something to eat, especially if I know it's gonna be a while before I eat again. I typically just eat once a day, and you know, and I've always been like that. So anyways, y'all, this was one of those mornings where I did wake up kind of hungry, but I was scrolling through my comments trying to make sure that I hearted all of them, because remember I told y'all sometimes I'll see them on my phone, and then for some reason when I log in they're not there, and then they may show up like later on. So anyway, that hasn't happened today, so everything is good. But I did come across a question that was asked about 2 weeks ago on a video that I posted. It was a Q&A Arise video, and I was talking about filing taxes, and I had gave y'all the plug on some business grants. Well, anyway, someone asked a question under that video, and I thought it was pretty interesting. It says, how do you deal with difficult customers? And how do you power through those days where you may want to leave early or call in at work? Well, how do I deal with difficult customers? To be honest with you guys, I had a moment to kind of think about this question when I initially saw it. And I was like, you know, at this point, because I've been doing this for so long, when I make a comparison between me working outside the house and dealing with customers in person, if I had to choose which one I would rather deal with, I would rather deal with a difficult customer over the phone rather than in person. So there are some days where, you know, it kind of gets to me and I'm like over it. I mean, because I'm human. But for the most part, you know, it kind of comes with the territory of customer service. So anything that you do involving interaction with people, you're going to run into some issues. You're going to run into some dissatisfied customers. You're going to run into, you know, people who just felt like they weren't getting the best service and they just happen to be talking to you, and because they're already frustrated or upset, you're catching the, you know, the wind of it. But you know, sometimes it is hard because you sit here and you're like, you know, the total disrespect. You know, sometimes you do say that to yourself, like, oh, so disrespectful, or this is so not necessary, or you being a bit extra. These are things you're saying in your head, right? Because you can't break your professionalism and start arguing with the customer or saying what you're thinking out loud to them. You know, you still have to be professional. So sometimes little thoughts do run through your mind. You do sit there. I have them. I've had them so many times since I've been working with customers. Like, it's just like, you know, it is what it is. There are some times where the difficulty of that customer is sometimes comical. Like, they're so mad and irate that it's not even bothering me, that it's almost kind of funny because of the reason why they're upset. And it's a reason that it's not even that serious, you know what I'm saying? So it just depends, you know, you kind of go through with it, because at the end of the day, you're doing a job, right? If you got mad or reacted to every single person that you interacted with while on the job, then you might want to find something where you're not dealing with people, you know, whether it's in person or over the phone or through email. You might want to find something where you're not interacting with people, because it never fails. You're going to run into that difficult customer. Now, have I had days where I just wanted to cry and just be like, you know what, bump this. I don't even want to work for the rest of the day. Yes, I have had a day or two like that. And because I am able to create my own schedule, I literally did just that. I said, okay, I only got like an hour left for the day. You know what, screw this. I can't do this today because I've been chewed out so many times throughout the day. And, you know, I'm just over it. So, yes, I have had those days, but for the most part, got bills to pay. So sometimes you just got to do what you got to do and kind of sit through it and try not to take it personal. Now, are you going to run into times where it's going to feel personal? Yes. You're going to run into moments where it's going to feel like they're attacking you personally. But you just have to remember, you know what? I don't even know what you look like. That's what I say to myself. Like, I don't even know what you look like. I just know what you sound like. Like, we've never met. We never sat down and had coffee. You've never, you know, we've never crossed paths or anything like that that I'm aware of. Like, why are we doing this? You know? So it's all in your, it's in the mind, you know. It is kind of hard sometimes. And like I said, there has been a time or two throughout my whole career of working on a platform where I got so over the situation that I literally cleared my schedule for the rest of the day. I don't do that. It's rare, very rare that I do that, you know. As far as calling into work, because of the type of job that I have, I'm my own boss. So if I don't feel like going to work, I'm literally calling myself saying, hey, I don't feel like going to work today. You get what I'm saying? And if it's one of those days where I'm like, you know, I really got a lot to do, I can't take no calls today, I'll reroute my schedule, swap some intervals, see what I can do that way. If I can't do anything that way, then whatever I have to do outside of that, I'll just have to fit it in some other kind of way. So that's my answer to calling in at work for what I do. Of course, it's going to work different for everybody else, but for what I do, if you're working on the platform, there isn't anyone that you're calling in to say, hey, I don't feel like working today. It's just as simple as you going into your schedule, swapping an interval first to see if somebody else will pick it up. Or if no one picks it up and you just really can't work the interval, then you go ahead and release it. Because even though that's a negative impact on your commitment adherence, it's better than a no-show. Even though that's just as bad. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? So you're in charge of your own schedule. So you're not really, like I said, calling anybody to say, hey, I don't feel like working today. You know, you're an independent contractor, so you don't have a set schedule. You create your own schedule. So anyways, that was my answer to that, y'all. I thought that was pretty interesting because I saw that question before, again, of course, because I hearted it. But, you know, I had to really kind of think about it because, again, you know, I realized from doing this, it is a little bit different. Like when I worked in restaurants, and I'm not going to say corporate because anybody that I talked to when I was working in corporate was over the phone. So the only in-person interaction that I've had with people was at like a restaurant that I've worked in. So, and I have had situations where, you know, there was conflict and, you know, dissatisfied customers, this and that, conflicts with coworkers, you know, issues with management, like all those things. But you just have to try to do the best that you can and remember what your purpose of even doing it is. You know, if you're working at a job and you're like, you know what, these people tripping, but my home is what's more important than them tripping. I'm not going to allow their trip to cost me a coin. You know, that's kind of how you got to think about it. But like I said, again, it's different. It's different from the in-person interactions than over the phone. Over the phone, you just listening to it. In person, it could go to the left, y'all. We see the videos where the customers aren't so friendly, and then they start tearing up the place. You know, we've all seen them. But yeah, so I hope that answered your question, Mandalorian. Mandollorian. I hope that I pronounced that correctly. If I didn't, I truly apologize. But yeah, anybody else that wanted to know that, I hope that answered that for you. Gotta stretch my legs, y'all. Oh my goodness. Sitting at the desk all day. I think I'm gonna have to get me another type of chair because my chair doesn't have, it's, when you get a chair and it's brand new, it does what it needs to do. But I've been sitting in that chair every day for hours I think I've had that chair for almost a year now. And I think it's time for me to get another chair. I kind of want like a gaming chair. They look so comfortable and they have you kind of sitting upright. In my chair, I kind of have a slunch or a slouch. But anyway, y'all, so I smell good. I have on this white linen body oil that I got from the beauty supply store. And this is my second or third time wearing it. But this time, it is not super loud. The last time that I put on too much and it gave me a headache and it was just extremely loud. This time, it's a soft scent and I can still smell it, y'all. Like it still smells good. As I was sitting here, I kept catching a whiff of it without having to like smell myself to see if it was still there, which by now, because it's way later in the day, by now I'll have to sit here and be like, dang, did I even spray anything on myself today? But yeah, y'all, don't sleep on the body oils that be at the beauty supply store. You might actually find one that you like. I'm gonna go get me some more whenever I make my way to the beauty supply store, which was supposed to be, well, I was gonna go yesterday, but I ended up not going. I ended up going straight to the Kroger and coming back because I knew I had some work to do and all of that. So I did that yesterday morning, and then yesterday afternoon I pretty much spent time, did my regular thing that I do. I work and all that stuff. So I didn't cook last night though, so I'll be cooking tonight. I've already got some chicken that's been thawed out since yesterday, so it should be pretty good and thawed out. It'll be a fresh meal because we had leftovers last night. I made that meatloaf, so it's all gone. Everything is all gone, so I don't have to put nothing in the refrigerator. I need to clean out my refrigerator because it just needs to be cleaned out. And yeah, it needs to be cleaned out. So I'm still underwhelmed by this whole, here I go again, making my way back to my desk when I don't have to. I still got a couple minutes before I have to come back. Why do I keep coming back over here? Oh my gosh. Let me just walk. Or let me just stand. What do I want to do? Because I only got a few minutes. So it's like if I start on something, it's not going to be complete. I'll have to like stop in the middle of it and then come back to it. And I don't want to do that. Like for the kitchen, cleaning of the kitchen as an example. Once I get started, it's going to be time for me to come back. But anyway, I forgot what I was talking about, y'all. It looks nice outside today. Olivia's been doing really, really good with her hair and stuff. I'm so proud of her. This morning, she set her hair for a particular style for this morning. And she did it all by herself. She put the gel in, wrapped it up, parted her hair, all the things that she needed to do to create the 2 ponytails that she wanted to wear. But her hair has been blown out. So she thought it was going to be like poofy. But her hair hasn't reverted all the way back. So it was kind of like 2 straight ponytails. So she ended up taking that down and then making just the 1 ponytail. And it looked really, really cute. I'll tell you what though. I have not run across a gel as of yet that does not flake up. Oh my goodness. We've been using this OK gel that I have. Let me show y'all. That's my excuse to get up from the desk. Because I literally just sat back down. Oh my gosh. Okay. The struggles. But this gel right here which if you don't use a whole lot of it, it's okay. But it does, you know, because she's learning how to do her hair on her own and stuff like that, she's kind of using more product than necessary. So it's like flaking up and stuff. So she did that herself this morning too, kind of like ran the comb through her hair to get the flakes out and stuff. Y'all, I'm wearing this shirt. Let me show you guys. Oh, I'm wearing this shirt that I bought from Rainbow. I don't even know how long ago, but it's been months, and it's been hanging up in my closet with the tags still on it for months. And the only reason I haven't worn it is because I thought it was going to be too big. It's a size 2X, and it was marked down. I got it for $7, so it was like half off at the time. And I believe I got this, it was probably last summer. I don't even know, but it's literally been in the closet, and this is my first time putting it on. And it's not even as big as I thought it was going to be. I mean, it's kind of big, but it's like a comfy big, you know. It's not like so big that I'm drowning in it. So why haven't I worn this shirt before? I don't know. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna come back to y'all a little bit later. That's my time. Look like we on a comedy show. That's my time. All right, y'all, I'll be back.
Kinda crazy. Oh, something kinda crazy. Tell me, baby. Oh, for you to call me, baby. I'm looking, but if you want to, we could. How about you? Cause I've been, call me baby. I know it's kinda crazy, but if you're down for me, let's don't be so shy, just don't keep me waiting, yeah. Am I the one you're dreaming of? Every day I'm thinking of you. Yeah, got me feeling lucky. Come my way, you lovely. I've been waiting for you for a while. I've been waiting for you. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Yeah. What's the word? I've been waiting for you. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Yeah. I'm looking. If you want to, we could. How about you?
And we're back. Y'all, I'm about to multitask. I've gotten dinner started. So I'm about to go ahead and do a little bit of self-care and do my chin. I've got a little bit of a peach fuzz, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. And y'all, I think I was telling y'all this earlier, or I was about to anyway, tell y'all how underwhelmed I am with the choices of horror flicks that's been shown on AMC. I'm like, why we keep repeating the same ones over and over and over again? Like, what is up with that? What is up with that? Like right now, Jeepers Creepers is on for like the millionth time. And I fell asleep during the Friday the 13th marathon. I guess I got a little too relaxed when I laid down and looked at it. My body was just tired again. So I fell asleep during that. So I don't know, y'all. I'm feeling like, shoot, this is the last week of when is Halloween? Monday? Last week of October. I'm feeling like I gotta resort to Netflix just to get my spook on. Maybe I'll watch I wonder if Winchester is still on Netflix. I don't mind rewatching that again. They played me with American Horror Story, okay? They're gonna wait until after they put out double feature to move it on over to net to move it over to FX Hulu. I'm like, oh, y'all so lame for that. And so I think the new season, which is NYC, if I'm not mistaken, started last week. And normally, because it used to come on TV, I would record it. That way I could go back on demand and then binge watch it episode to episode, because American Horror Story is one of those shows that I have to watch each episode back to back. Like, I can't watch an episode and then wait next week till the next episode come. Like, girl, no, I can't do that. That show to me is meant to be, in my opinion, that show is meant to be binge watched. So, sorry y'all, I'm tired. I'm tired, girl. But anyway, yeah, honey, they played me because it was already, the pandemic had slowed up the production of double feature, right? I wasn't really excited about double feature. Like, it was okay, but girl, okay. Anyway, so production was held up for that because of the pandemic. Then we got double feature. But before we got double feature, they'd made American Horror Stories, which they put that on FX Hulu. So now there's an American Horror Stories 2, season 2, but there's also a new season of American Horror Story that just started. So I'm like, and everything's been moved over to FX Hulu. And y'all know, if y'all been watching me for a while, y'all know I've watched every season of American Horror Story about 3 times. So episode to episode. Oh, with the exception of 2. Freak Show, I only watched that twice. And Asylum and The Cult. Those are my least 3 favorite of all the seasons. But all the other seasons I've watched 3 times. Oh, and double feature. I've only watched that one once. I couldn't go back and do it. Well, by the time I went back to do another binge watch, they had moved it on over to FX Hulu, and they took it off of Netflix. That's where I was binge watching it at, was Netflix. So they took it off of Netflix. So I kind of feel like played, man. Like, man, come on. Why y'all gonna wait until after all these seasons to not show it on TV no more? Dang. And that's my show.